Greetings everyone! Exciting times in the Mandela Effect community today.
Exciting times? Well, it's an exciting intro, I'll give you that. It's a very exciting intro actually. It's got all the sound, it's got some visual effects, it's got sound in stereo, that's really great. It's exciting up until the point that you arrive in the front seat of Moneybags' car, looking up his nostril while he's driving around looking for his next passenger to pick up, and for whatever reason the sound of the video here is only in the left earbud. For whatever reason. When you have a quality intro like this, and then you cut to the video that you cut to, it's kind of a letdown. You're setting an expectation when you make something like this. You're setting an expectation to your audience that what's going to follow is going to be pretty epic. That's why I like to tone down my intros and make them a little bit shit, so that at least people know what they're in for.
Has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does.
Okay, so I wanted to avoid the Yanny versus Laurel discussion like the plague. It's already been done to death. Everyone has already spoken about it, and the people who have already spoken about it have done so in a much better level of quality, a much higher level of detail than I could ever reach. This is the trail of thoughts that a particular well-respected YouTuber and Uber driver named Moneybags73 should have thought before he went ahead and produced this video, which is titled Laurel vs. Yanny is preparing the world for the Mandela Effect. But is it though? You're all watching this on the internet, so I expect you all know what the Yanny versus Laurel discussion is, so I'm not going to explain it to you here. Moneybags73 did explain it to his dumbed down audience in the first minute of his video. However, instead of using the clip that's going around with the slightly corrupted audio, which is causing this distortion and this difference of opinion, he's gone and made his own clip from the website where the clip was taken from, and he's done so with slightly better audio equipment, which means that everybody hears what the word is meant to be, which is Laurel.
And you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Laurel, 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 Laurel.
For the record, I hear Yanny myself, and I've listened to it through several different devices, and I still hear Yanny, and that's just how it is. And we'll get into why it's like that later down the track. But when I heard his clip, I hear Laurel.
Okay, so throughout the day, on the news, on the radio, across the internet, people have been divided on this Laurel and Yanny. So Laurel and Yanny have been running rampant on the internet, preparing people for the Mandela Effect, in my opinion.
In my opinion, IMO, which is really important because opinions are not fact. And you haven't put this in your title of your video anywhere. So the only value that we should put in your opinion should be backed by the quality of your character. And let's not forget that the quality of Moneybags' character is defined by the first minute of the video, where we have substandard audio quality, leading anyone with a hearing impairment in the left ear to believe that they're watching a silent film. You're also looking at the fact that he's falsified his own evidence for the subject of the video, and the fact that he's operating a phone within a car, which apparently is breaking the California Vehicle Code section 23123.5, which stipulates that a person shall not drive a motor vehicle within the state while operating an electronic wireless communication device. So not a very good case to put forward that we should be listening to your opinion, Moneybags. He then talks about the dress that we all know about, and a shoe, which I'm going to be honest, I didn't jump on the hype train for the shoe. This is the first time I've heard of it.
And that was tripping people out. How can you see one thing? How can I see something else? Well, today we had something auditory running across the internet where people were hearing Yanny or Laurel, two totally separate words. All the explanations I heard don't even come close to, in my opinion, what's going on.
Here we go with his opinion again, this time about explanations as to why the clip sounds different. Can we really trust the opinion of someone like you, Moneybags? Are you an audiologist? Are you a sound engineer? Do you understand the fact that if a small number of people who watch your video actually won't be able to hear a word that you're saying? This doesn't give a lot of credence to the fact that your opinion matters in this case.
I believe this is directly connected to the videos that I've been doing with music.
Well, no, it's not. Your terrible music videos are basically, as far as I can tell, a bunch of misheard lyrics, because we're going with what your opinion is again, based against what you can actually find on video or on record. What we're talking about here today is a clip where half the people hear one thing and the other half hear another thing. Not one group of people who hear it, think it's one thing, go back and listen to it and hear a different thing. There's a small number of people who do hear that, but that has been explained away, as we'll get to later on in this video.
We're all hearing and seeing different things, and we have been probably for thousands of years. But now with the internet and with whatever type of energy is here on the planet now, with whatever's happening, the awakening, call it what you want, post-2012, the end times, everything is connected.
Everything is connected. Yes, very astute explanation. Whatever kind of energy is around because of 2012, it's here and it's connecting us all. We're all connected. And that's why everyone's divided over this video.
Throughout the day, on the news, on the radio, across the internet, people have been divided on this Laurel and Yanny. So the explanation is younger people can hear higher frequencies, so they're able to hear the Yanny, and the older people are probably hearing Laurel. The hogwash. That's not what's happening here at all. I didn't hear any good explanations. I watched several clips today.
Okay, can we just say it's pretty ironic that you say you don't hear any good explanations, and the whole thing we're talking about is the fact that some people hear things differently or perceive things differently. Maybe a perfectly good explanation has come your way and your ear canals are just so fucked up that you can't actually perceive it.
Now, a lot of you know that I've been covering these, I don't know what you want to call it.
Petty attempts at getting views for revenue?
Call it what you want.
Now, Moneybags then goes into this huge, stupid spiel about his music videos with really poorly executed examples that don't really relate well to the subject he was talking about, and that he seems to have decided to cut in post rather than leading in when he was filming this in his car.
We also had the song Venus, where
But you know, what more do you really expect from the guy at this point? So without any real reason aside from the fact that his opinion differs to the findings of experts, there's nothing really backing up Moneybags' claim that Yanny and Laurel is a Mandela Effect, or that it's been engineered, or that it's suddenly come to light to prepare us for whatever coming doom the Mandela Effect is going to inflict on the world. So now, touching on those explanations that he's so easily dismissed, here's a clip from Philip DeFranco from last week, or maybe even the week before if it takes me this long to fucking edit this together, where he covers the Laurel and Yanny phenomenon and gives an explanation as to why you're hearing one thing and I'm hearing something else.
And that's also because hearing is actually subjective. As one sound and audio engineer explained, we all have ear canals that hear sounds and differently shaped outer ears that focus sounds into those canals. These two properties could increase or decrease how you hear different pitches or sound wave frequencies. Right, so you're not getting the raw data, you're not getting reality. You are getting reality filtered through these tools, and after it's been filtered, your brain has to process it. And that would also explain why the same people hear different things when they hear it through different speakers, different headphones. And at that point, as the engineer explains, your brains play a big part in shaping sound and how we hear it. For example, how many times on this show have we played a clip, maybe in that clip we didn't caption it, or we captioned it, you weren't looking at the screen, and you thought you heard something, and maybe someone went, no, they actually said this, and then you heard that the second time. It's the same raw data, but for some reason your brain processed it differently. Researchers have also said the audio frequency patterns of both words are fairly similar, so that's why there's a high chance of those sounding alike to people.
Now, important thing here is that this is not his opinion, this is fact. Philip DeFranco actually takes a lot of effort to make sure that he's delivering fact to his audience. In fact, in another story covered in this exact same video that I've lifted this clip from, he starts off his coverage of a story around PewDiePie and the Alinity copyright claim strike, business. And he actually went down a line of narrative that was clear to him, but wasn't very clear to his audience because he was so involved in the story and his audience thought he was taking a side that he wasn't taking. So this week, he actually clarified the story and that he may have made a mistake in the way that he presented that.
And understand, when I say disconnect, I think that it's largely based off of my presentation. I'm not saying like, oh, these people are beneath me, they don't get what I'm saying, or the people saying this, they're haters. No, if I put out a piece of content into the world, I put my words out there into the world, and a large number of people, they pull back completely different points. They pull back that I'm doing a completely different thing than what I thought I was intending to do, that I'm not hitting the points that I thought I was, then that probably means I did a pretty fucking shitty job in hitting my points and clarifying my points. That's just the way that it is.
He is that committed as an independent journalist to making sure that he's got the right story, that he will make sure if something else comes to light, or if his research drags up something after he's made the show, that he will correct himself. To date, he has not gone back and said that any of the experts who gave the information that he used in his show regarding the Yanny versus Laurel video clip have been falsified or have been found to be incorrect, which proves that Philip DeFranco is a member of the Illuminati. So I'm not quite sure how to end this one. I mean, Moneybags is basically just finding whatever is popular at the time, making a video about it, stretching it out above 10 minutes, by just putting in random clips that he's made in the past and briefly alluding to them, probably just to make some money. And I know he hates people accusing him of that, but it's pretty transparent at this point. In fact, in his video, he goes into some depth of talking about a friend of his. Okay, he's actually talking about his wife in this part of the clip. Full disclosure, I made this video after listening to it once or twice, and at this part of the video he kind of gets really vague, and the dispassionate way he's speaking about the individual in question just led me to believe that it was like a neighbor or a colleague or something like that. But no, it is, he's talking about his wife here, who has a Spanish language channel, and he said talk about the Yanny and fucking Laurel video because a lot of people are searching that. It's really popular. You should give it a go. It'll get you some views.
And I said, hey, you're trying to start your channel. You've got 20-something videos or whatever on your channel. She has a Spanish channel that she's been doing with her business and stuff. And I said, hey, do something on this Laurel Yanny thing. It's real popular. People are searching for it. So I told her, and she said, you know what? I almost started crying today. I came home and I heard Yanny when I heard Laurel this morning. How could that be? And she's kind of tripping out, and I'm like, that's what I've been talking to you about for years. You never experienced it. So she experienced her own flip-flop today with this Laurel Yanny thing, and I think she's just one step closer to finally saying, you know what, you're right. There's something crazy going on, because she's been experiencing the Mandela Effect. She just won't accept it.
Again, why should that matter if you're trying to deliver the truth and you're trying to find things that matter? Why are you getting random people to talk about this subject matter if it has nothing to do with what their channel is about? Anyway, that's all from me, folks. I just wanted to cover off the fact that, again, Moneybags seems to be clasping at straws. There haven't been a lot of videos in this genre on my channel recently. I'm waiting until the end of the tax year to really kick off and finish up this series. I've got 2 definitive episodes that I'd still like to make in the works, and there might be others that come up as, you know, I discover a class of more dumb people as we go. But if you enjoyed this, give it a like, jump in and subscribe if you want to check out anything else. I feel like I'm getting sick. I feel like I'm coming down with something. I probably look a bit dog tired, and my voice has definitely dropped a couple of decibels during the making of this video. So I'm going to go to bed, and then I'm going to edit this video later on. But for now, let's just roll a clip from 21 Pilots so that they can copyright claim strike this video, so Alinity can't, and that leaves me scot-free to just dance like this. And hopefully, whatever clip I put in syncs up with this. I know I'm a total fucking idiot. It's not working. It's not working.